welcome back to my channel. I hope you're keeping so well, and I hope you're having a beautiful day and feeling good about yourself and your surroundings, and everything is just light and full of love for you. And I know that's so cheesy, but sometimes when we hear that, we want to embrace it and we want to embody it and we want to bring it into our lives. So I hope that somehow, some way, that does it for you. But anyway, welcome to my video. So glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying this nice, aesthetically pleasing mix of me making my classic avocado toast, my one true love. In this video, I want to talk a little bit, obviously, about the food that I'm eating, but also how to treat your body with love and respect, because I think it's something that we all need to acknowledge, especially if you're a female or possibly a male. I know that we all deal with a little bit of social expectations, with whether that be with our friends, our family, social media, just general public. There's kind of certain expectations of what we do. And I've noticed by working back in a bar, there's the expectation that the salad goes to the girl, the burger goes to the guy. And I just want to acknowledge that life doesn't need to be what you've always been expected to have or do or become. We can totally go outside that norm. It's 2021. We're free to do and be and love and accept whoever we want to be. And lots of that comes down to food, because we want to look a certain way or we want to feel a certain way. And we look to food to either make us skinny, to put on muscle, to achieve the body goals that we have. And I just want to say that food is not the only thing that helps you get to where you want to be. It also comes with how you treat people, what you do in your spare time, if you're exercising. There's so many more components than just what we eat. So I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to restrict themselves, because restricting yourself, I think, is way more harmful than it is beneficial. Because when you keep saying no to something for so long, I mean, it can become habit, but can also become detrimental to your mindset and believing that certain foods are bad for you when they're really not. Hi, it's me. Welcome to the vlog. I missed that this morning. Going out for a couple drinks with a girlfriend and a way old friend that I randomly ran into at work today. So we're gonna go to his bar, have a couple drinks, and see where the night takes us. So I'll show you maybe a little clip of here or there. But before we go, I made my favorite little homemade protein bars that I totally forgot that I love making, and they're so easy. I'll write the recipe in the description box down below, but you literally just freeze them or keep them in the fridge, kind of however you like to keep them. But they're so good. P.S. if you've been thinking about doing it, but you haven't yet, you should probably hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and be here with me and Skeeter. Look at this good puppy. Hello. What a handsome boy.
I've been out in New York City dreaming, wishing you were with me. Girl, you look so pretty going out tonight.
Everything that you want or you love or you crave is totally fine in moderation. The thing about those foods that we have the ideology that are bad for us is that sometimes those are the things that bring us together with family or friends, or bring us enjoyment or love. Sometimes eating a donut just feels like a big old fucking hug, right? No one hates a donut. We all love them. We're gonna want them once in a while. And to tell yourself no to a donut every single day when you might just need one once a week isn't healthy, because if you have that donut once a week, you're going to satisfy that craving and you're going to likely be happier because of it. And the thing about cravings is that if you have these foods that maybe aren't necessarily the best for you, you're going to ultimately end up craving foods that are whole and nutritious and that are good for you, because you can only eat burgers and fries for so long before you might be like, wow, I wish I had a nice crisp salad right now. And that's how cravings change, right? Once we satisfy one, we're going to need another. And so I feel like that's why it's so important to live a balanced lifestyle and be able to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and ultimately really taking care of yourself, both mentally and physically. If you have something that's bad for you, there's absolutely no need to panic and restrict, because that's just going to make your indulgences more. You just need to keep moving on with your life. Eat what makes you feel good, when you want it, when you need it. Just make sure you're eating things that ultimately make you happy and that want to make you keep going out and doing the things that you love, because if you eat something that weighs you down and makes you feel shitty, you're not going to want to do much for the rest of your day. So just eat to fuel your body, and I promise you're going to live a happy, healthy life.
I miss having you around, staying late out on the town.
All I want is soup, and I can't believe 5 drinks kicked me in the ass this hard. But I want soup, and I was literally at the store and I didn't get soup. I went to go get creamer, and I don't know what else. I literally went to go get creamer, and then I got like bananas and something else too, and I want soup. And I have none.
You've been running around in my head. I can't stop drinking about what comes next. Girl, I know you've been let down a couple times. Why don't you go ahead and give us a try? Let me through, yeah. Girl, I dare you to move a little closer, closer. And I just wanna hold you, hold you. I wanna wrap you up in my arms. So make some space next to your heart. Down and take it slow.
Wow. Probably the biggest sandwich I've ever made. This is just as good as having soup.
Cold sweats in the middle of the night, and flashbacks of you and I in your sweats. How'd you make me feel so nice? Now I'm starting to see this new guy, but it just don't feel right, even though he might be. And you're so bad for me, but I want your love every morning.
This morning I decided to switch up my savory breakfast and go for my favorite protein oats. So walking you through here how to make it once again. Remember to microwave it on 1-minute intervals is essentially my pro tip, and then to always add your protein powder in last so that you don't microwave the protein powder, otherwise it gets goopy and gross, and we don't want that. We want a nice beautiful bowl of oats like we have here. For a snack, I was having the rest of this bag of chips and the rest of my guacamole from my breakfast burrito.
I really love these chips just plain because they're like that little salsa zestiness, but then combined with the guac that just like kind of calms it down a little bit. Oh, it's such a good combo.
Leftovers for lunch here, we have that shrimp honey stir fry that I had, and topping it with some hemp hearts, my fave. And then of course, you know, we gotta have a coffee. If I don't show it, I do have a coffee every day. Sometimes I switch it up. This is a caramel pod that I just had laying around. Taking some veggies and hummus and a protein bar to work because I close again tonight. Day 2 of 3 in a row. I can do it. When I got home from work, I decided to have a half a bagel kind of open-faced sandwich with some vegan turkey.
Even though you needed a new lover, even though you feel like you should move on, you know that I still love you like no other. There's a reason that you shouldn't bother trying to find another, trying to find some kind of time of going under. You know I'm still your lover and
Okay, so everyone here probably knows Kicking Horse coffee is my favorite, but I usually get Kick-Ass, and I decided to try a new one. So 454 horsepower. Let's go.
okay, just as long as you were here in my head. And even though our lives we've been told what we can do, we can be above the way.
So I go to make brownies and I had about a 1/4 cup of cacao powder and I need 3/4, so gonna get inventive here and I'm going to blend the cookie parts of these for another like 1/2 cup and we'll see how it turns out. All right, fingers crossed. It's a little crumbly still. It tastes a bit more like cake than a brownie, but I mean, are we really upset about that? I don't think so. In the makings of classic tahini salad bowl. So good, every time.
Da 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 da. Hey, speak to me kindly. I'm the type of girl you call wifey. Yeah, I ain't no side piece. I'm the one you take it home to momsies. Come on, speak to me kindly. I'm the type of girl you call wifey. Yeah. I'm such a down piece, let me and I never leave your side, babe. You know I'm gifted when it comes to having loyalty, but don't get it twisted, I don't take no from nobody. I know it's so hard to commit with.
Alright, just got home from the gym. I'm gonna warm up some leftover curry here from last night that I didn't finish, and I ate all the shrimp from it because I didn't want to like really reheat the shrimp. And then I'm going to heat up this instead for my protein shakes.
Now, somebody better gonna right your wrong. I can sing it for you all day long. Speak to me kindly. I'm the type of girl you call wifey. Yeah.
It's like one of the last days of summer and it's so nice out, so I'm going out for some drinks with some girls from work. Making girlfriends is like one of the hardest things in the world for me, so I'm really happy about this. I like everyone that I work with so much, so it should be a lot of fun.
No. Original.
Just say no. Just say yeah. Original.
For lunch here, I'm getting creative and making something I am really not sure I'm making. So I started off by frying some mushrooms in garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then added this chipotle sauce to it. And I'm just calling those my little chipotle mushrooms that I will be adding to my bowl, along with some thyme in there. And then I fried up the rest of that smoky bacon tempeh, which is so good if you haven't tried it. And then I added some pasta as well to this bowl. So it's kind of like a barbecue style salad bowl, and then topped it with some sauerkraut and more barbecue sauce. You'll see there's some corn, bell pepper, cherry tomatoes in there as well. And then topped with some green onion, and it's just all on a bed of spinach. And it was unreal. I really love this, just a different take on a salad. I would recommend you try it out. And then I was making some overday oats, I call them. So instead of overnight oats, I make them during the day so that I can have them for supper at work. And then just adding in my favorite protein powder, which is Ghost. And It's pretty self-explanatory. You just let it sit until it thickens up like this, and then you top it with whatever you like. I picked some mango and banana, and also some shredded coconut and a few chocolate chips, and it was fabulous. Off to work with my overday oatmeal and going to take the rest of these brownies to the servers. I'm bartending tonight, so yeah. I also forgot my phone at the gym like 3 hours ago, so I have to go pick that up. This morning I was feeling something totally different, so I cooked up some mixed basmati rice, and I wanted a nice savory breakfast, but not like breakfast foods exactly. So I first microwaved to steam some Brussels sprouts and then fried them up so they get nice and crispy. And then I dumped some balsamic vinegar and maple syrup on there. And that's my favorite way to eat Brussels sprouts. So easy, so good. And then fried up a few eggs with some everything but the bagel seasoning, and had this with some green onion, and it was so good. Oh my God, like there's no such thing really as breakfast foods, as supper foods. You can have whatever, whenever you want. Like I said, as long as it's to fuel your body and you love it, why not have it whenever you like? So this was a great way to switch up my breakfasts. Decided I wanted some old-fashioned macaroni and cheese for my lunch. So this recipe is actually on my Instagram. I'll link it down below. Go check it out. It's so easy. Macaroni and cheese doesn't need to be unhealthy either. It's quite easy to make yourself, and it's nutritious and so good. It's also one of those like comfort meals for me. Like macaroni and cheese just feels like home and growing up, and it will never go old. Plus, if you pair it with a few green vegetables and a protein source, then it just feels like a grown-up meal. I had a couple of my raspberry thumbprint cookies that are also on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. And I like them honestly when they're frozen. They're so good.
I like the bed to myself. Nobody stealing covers. I like to drink to myself. So I'ma have another no. I don't need a hand to hold tight. Don't need a love that's all mine. But sometimes I just want somebody to talk to, someone that's on my mind. I want something that's all cool, and it don't waste my time. Yeah, I just want somebody.
All right, guys, that is going to be the last meal of the entire week. Thank you for making it all the way through if you did. I think this one is a little bit longer. 7 days is just so much more than 5, and I think I talked to you guys a little bit more on this one, and I really enjoyed it, so I hope you did too. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.